Hey y'all, thanks for joining me. I have a lot of new followers and some of y'all might be a little confused about what is Seint. Seint is a beauty company. It's known for its cream foundations. And when I say foundations, I mean your main foundation and your blush, the contour, all of that is what is considered foundation because there is enough pigment in each aspect of the makeup that you don't need to put layers upon layers on your face. You only put what is needed where it goes. So let's get started. I am going to start with my main highlight, which is the foundation that is closest to my skin tone. And I'm just going to put it, notice where I put it. I'm not going to put it all over my face. I'm just going to put it in certain areas. And I'm going to apply that with the smaller end of, ooh, somebody's brush needs to be cleaned, with the smaller end of my blush and bronzer brush. So let's get busy. I'm just going to lightly tap. As you can see, I'm just lightly tapping my brush. Got a little bit there, and I'm just going to put it the bottom portion of my face. Right there. I'm going to put it over my lip, on my chin. Going to put it on the lower portion of my forehead. The upper portion is going to get contour. So I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to put a little bit down my nose. Now I'm going to contour my nose. You wouldn't always have to contour your nose, but I like to contour my nose because, I don't know, it just gives the illusion of like a thinner, sleeker nose. So I'm going to put a little bit of contour on my ring finger, and I'm going to rub it together with my other ring finger. And I am going to create new sides to my nose to make it look thinner. I'm not going to put the contour down the side of my nose or down the middle of my nose. I'm going to do it kind of on the top side, leaving a little bitty space in between for some brighter, lighter highlight there. I'm just going to feather that up toward my eyebrows. You see how I've left a little like pathway down the center of my nose. And at the tip of my nose, I'm just going to bring it into like a little V. Look at that. This is what sold me on highlight and contour. When I saw an artist contour her nose, I said, I need some of that makeup. It's all about creating an illusion, all while making your skin look dewy and fresh and hydrated. And I don't know about you, but I am 51 years old, and I noticed in my 40s that makeup was not sitting on my face quite like it did when I was younger. Well, there's a lot of things that go into that. My skin is not the same skin as it was when I was 40. I've lost a lot of collagen in my skin, and I've also lost a lot of hyaluronic acid. And our bodies produce that naturally, both of those things naturally. And, you know, collagen, that's like the elastic in our skin. That's what we lose it. That's when our faces start to droop. And that hyaluronic acid is like keeps our cells hydrated. And when we lose those things, that's what causes that aging process. Our faces start to sag and we start to wrinkle. So I'm going to do everything I can to make it look like that's not happening to my face, even though it is. So next step. Next, I like to put on my blush, which Seint calls lip and cheek, because all Seint makeup is very versatile. So what you put on your cheeks, you can also put on your lips. It's very convenient makeup. So who doesn't like convenience? I don't know about y'all, but the older I get, the more I want things to be convenient. So I'm going to take the big end of my buff brush, and I'm going to lightly tap in to this color called Plum. And I'm just going to lightly tap it right over that contour. Looks a little scary, doesn't it? Because this is not how we wear our makeup, but that's okay because I'm going to blend it, like I said earlier, with my Perfector sponge. So if you're looking a little bit like a clown, or you think I'm looking a little bit like a clown, it's because I am. So now I'm going to brighten up, you heard me say earlier, that center triangle of my face, right along here. This is the area of my face where I want to highlight my features in my face. It's going to make my eyes pop. It's going to just bring attention, almost like as if someone shot a spotlight on my face. That's the part that I want everyone to see. Who doesn't want to show off their eyes? I don't know of anyone who doesn't want to do that. So this is how we can do that. I like to, before I do that, let me back up a minute. I like to apply this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is going to help kind of disguise the dark circles underneath my eyes, as well as, you see those little indentations right there? This is not a Seint product. This is a Becca product, and you can get this at like Sephora and Ulta, and it has an anti-reflective property in it. So this kind of creates the illusion. It's going to just kind of create the illusion that those indentations and those dark circles don't exist. Okay, so I'm actually going underneath the area where the dark circles are and where the little indentations are. Okay, now that I have that on there, I'm going to warm it up to my skin with a clean finger. So this is not a finger that I used, and you want to use a finger that is not only clean. I used the pointer right there, and then I said, no, it's not good to use the pointer finger. I'm going to use my middle finger because we have a lighter touch with our middle finger and our ring finger. So when we're dealing with our face, let's use those fingers, because this finger, we have more control with this finger, and we tend to pull our skin. So just gently warm that up to the skin with your finger. Kind of blend it in. Warm it up to the skin. I'm trying to go fast. Okay. Now I'm going to add my brightening highlight. So I'm going to, remember that little path we left down the middle of our nose, or my nose. I'm going to fill that in with some brightening highlight. I know I'm talking to you with my hand over my face, but something tells me you can hear me. Okay, that's a little wider than I wanted, so I'm just going to flip my brush and kind of clean it up, because there's a nice straight edge on this detail brush. That's why it's called the detail brush. It's great at the little details. There we go. There we go. just like so. Now I'm gonna fan it over onto my forehead, over my eyebrows. Just remember, it's that center triangle of our face. Now I'm going to tap it in a triangle shape underneath my eye, coming down to kind of toward the edge of my nose. And I'm going to take it up near my eyes because it's going to help clean up my eyeshadow. And I'm doing this very lightly in a stippling, tapping motion because the skin under our eyes is very fragile. We don't want to pull it because remember what I said about losing the elasticity because we lose collagen. So be very careful with that skin under there. Then I'm going to put a little bit on my Cupid's bow and a dot on my chin. Okay, I put my mascara on off camera, but I thought, let me come and do my lips with you on camera. I like to line my lips because the older that I've gotten, I've noticed that all the years of me worshiping the sun has done more damage to my lips than my actual skin. So I kind of have lost some of the defining line or pigment in my skin, my upper lip. So it's almost like it's so close to my skin color. So I like to give it a little lip liner, and I'm going to do it with contour. So right here at the Cupid's bow, I'm going to do like an X. Yeah, if I were to make an X like that. Or a V, a deep V, as deep as I can. I'm going to lightly go outline my upper. I'm not going all the way to my corner. Just like so. And I'm going to start right here. I'm just going to add a little definition to this bottom lip. I'm also going to try to disguise some of my bottom lip because it is so big. I have a big bottom lip. So, just like so. And if you had a smaller bottom lip and you wanted to give it that little pouty look, you could take like your contour brush and just feather some contour right under there. And that shadow is going to create that illusion of a pout. And then I told you how we can use the lip and cheek for our lips and our cheeks. So I'm going to put the same color that I used on my cheeks, plum, on my lips. Now, if you've seen my pictures or watched me in other videos, you know this is not my color, but watch what I'm going to do. I also told you how versatile this makeup is. So not only can we use the blush, the lip and cheek on our lips and our cheeks, you know, it's a blush, you can also mix colors. And that's what I'm going to do today with plum and a color called Black Cherry. Look how scary this black cherry looks, but it is one of the my favorite colors, and it's also a bestseller. As a matter of fact, like right at this minute that I'm making this video, it is out of stock, and it was just restocked like a week or so ago. So this is a very popular color. Even on the website, it looks black, but it's not. It's this pretty, I don't know, like a black cherry. Okay, I'm going to put it on the paddle side of my multitasker brush, and I'm going to put it on top of this plum color. And look how pretty. Look how pretty that color is. It's just like I'm painting it on my lips. Okay, now that I have my main highlight on, lower portion of face, across my nose. I did not put anything directly under my eyes because I'm going to put a brighter or lighter highlight underneath my eyes when I highlight the center triangle of my face. Now I'm going to contour right there under that cheekbone. And I do not have any main color on my cheekbones where I'm going to contour and then put some blush. So let's get started. This is the part where I think really scares people, but this is the part that I think is so beautiful. Watch what I'm going to be able to do to my face. This is what's going to give me a more defined look to maybe my cheekbones. It's going to take off or give the illusion of a thinner face, a smaller forehead. It's going to add a little bit of dimension to me so I'm not all flat, one color makeup. So watch how this works. I'm going to use my detail brush and I'm going to use the one side of it. I'm going to come into my contour. Oh, I need a new contour. You see, it's almost gone. These tins last a really long time. So it only takes a little. And I'm just going to lightly brush from my top of my ear there down. I'm going to hug up underneath that cheekbone. You can tap it in or you can brush it in. I kind of do a little mixture of both. And I'm going to give a little bit of curve to it in the beginning or in the front of my face. You see how I'm a little bit high there? That's okay. I can just blend it in. There, just like that. So then I'm also going to come across the top of my forehead at my hairline. And all of this is going to be blended in once I have it all on my face with what is called a perfector sponge, which is like a beauty blender. So now I'm going to come underneath my jawline or my jawbone. And I'm going to trace it around. So I'm going on the outer edges of my face with the contour, almost in like the number 3. Just like so. So that's a good way to remember your contour, where your contour goes. But I'm not quite finished with my lips. Because my lips are so full, a lot of times that I think my lips being just this solid color is a lot. So what I like to do with my lips is I like to give it a little ombre look. So I'm going to take some of my illuminator, which normally we'd put right here on the highest part of our cheeks, right here on our brow bone, tip of our nose, sometimes in that Cupid's bow. I like to take that illuminator and I like to add it to this little center part of my lip. See what it's done to that lip color? There, I think that is so pretty. It kind of softens it up and, I don't know, gives a little ombre look to it. So also, my setting spray has dried. And a lot of times, setting spray is all a person would need, but I am down here in South Louisiana where it stays very humid. You know, I live in the swamp. So I like to set my makeup, not only with the setting spray, I like to put a light layer of the IT Bye Bye Pores Translucent Loose Powder on top of my makeup because it will help keep my makeup on all day long. So I am going to use this smaller end of this brush. It's a very fluffy, feathery end of the brush. And I'm going to tap real lightly into the powder. This powder is made specifically for aging skin, you know, because bye-bye pores, as you get older, I told you about all that, you know, the pores are showing because we've lost so much collagen and that hyaluronic acid. This has hydrolyzed collagen in it. So, and what all that means is that it's like powder collagen. and it's milled very fine, so the powder is not setting in our fine lines in our pores, where if you were to go and get like Airspun or another makeup or another powder that is good, it's great for when our pores are smaller and we don't have as many fine lines, but when we do, we need something fine so it doesn't collect in those pores and fine lines. And this is milled perfectly for aging skin. Watch how it's even going to help disguise those laugh lines there. Look at that. Can you see that difference? It's that hydrolyzed collagen, and it's made with silk, so it's silky, silky, silky. There. This is almost like my favorite part, next to contouring. So now I'm going to take my bigger brush, and I'm going to tap lightly in it. And as you can see, it's not a lot. And I'm just going to lightly tap it. I don't want to drag it over my face. I just want to tap it to take the tack off from the setting spray. Because if you brush it too much, you could blend it too much. Ooh, I got a lot right there. I should not have dipped back in it because there was enough on there for my face. I'm going to make sure I get my T-zone too. I should have done that with the smaller end of the brush. Okay, so the only thing that is really left for me to do is to do my eyebrows. And I also like to take my pinky into that illuminator and put a little dot on the tip of my nose there. So to do my brows, I'm going to take my spoolie brush, which is called the line brush. I'm going to wet the spoolie in, and I'm going to drag it on top of my brow wax. And I'm just going to brush my eyebrows upward. But this part, I'm just going to kind of brush out and kind of down. I'm very fortunate, so I could get away with not adding any color to my eyebrows, but some days I do if I want to be a little more dramatic with my brows. So I just take the other end of my line brush and I will fill it in with just an eyeshadow color. Works great for me. So there you have it. Highlight and contour. So if you're ready to get started with a new makeup routine to highlight and contour, I would love to help you get started a new routine. You can send me a color match. There is a link in my bio. When you tap that link in my bio, it takes you to a little mini website that I have, a little mobile website, and you'll see a little pink button that says color match form. Just click that and fill out the form. There's a spot on there where you submit your makeup-free selfie, and we'll get you started. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day.